Hello to everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name's Demortom, and welcome to Common Sense and Chaos. Hey guys. So let me tell you about my day. It started out like this. What are we going to do today? Are we going to go visit Larry, Daryl, and Daryl? Or are we going to go to the Warmaker's dungeon and show a tip on how to take out the champion by ourselves? And that quickly turned into this. This section has been censored due to extreme use of profanity and other elements that would cause demonetization, as well as the potential for going to hell or any other unnice place you can possibly dream of. Therefore, this section has been censored. Now, we've all done it. We've all yelled at our thrall for doing something that we think shouldn't have happened. However, this did give insight, and I'm going to share that with you. It wasn't Dr. Heinebop's fault after all. So I did do what I said I was going to do. I took my thrall and we were going to go to the Warmaker's dungeon. We did. We went inside, we went all the way to the champion, and that's where we were going to fight her. And I was going to show a tips video on how to keep her stunned in the process of fighting her with your thrall, what weapon was necessary, how that should have been done, where you need to attack from, and why you don't want to do a shield. Now, in the process of doing this, however, it turned into one of the biggest cluster nuts I have ever seen in my life. For whatever reason, I had ordered Dr. Heinebop to go through that dungeon and work on killing the champion. But Dr. Heinebop kept walking over to me. So I came here to Sepameru, where of all places, when you have your thrall set on attack only, which is attack only the person or persons I tell you, and nothing more, ideal for being able to get thralls, I wanted to see if this was a problem on more than one place. So I tested it here. I told him to attack, and I repeatedly told him to attack. I took away his food so he couldn't heal. I took away his weapon since fists were just fine regardless, and I didn't want him to kill what it was he was fighting. And he kept coming over to me. I send him back in, and the reason the torch is lit is mainly for the light, but also there's a little timer at the bottom of it that you can see when I send him to fight. And he'll fight for a little while. He'll fight this guy back and forth with his fists, and then, for whatever reason, he just decides that after 35 seconds or so to just give up. He doesn't want to keep fighting. And that was happening when it came to the Warmaker's dungeon. He kept walking back to me as if I had an answer for him. In this particular moment, he decides, yep, I'm done. Yeah, okay, that was a good fight. And I send him right back again. Go back and fight this guy. Now, I've tested this. I went on Xbox. I went on private server. I went on official server. I went on private server in PC. I went on official server on PC. I went into solo play on both console and PC. And this is happening as a consistent and persistent issue. This nearly got my thrall killed. With 10,000 health, he should have been able to deal with the champion along with me without much of a difficulty. But he just decides, I'm done, and walks back over.
I'm so sorry I blamed you. I'm sorry.
So if it's not his fault, then Funcom, we gotta talk. Because this gets thralls killed, as well as players. And that ain't right. But I didn't want to leave this video without any kind of useful tips. So, I have one for you. I found a weapon that you may just want to be advised about. It's called Mordun. And it's something you can pick up in the Warmaker's dungeon. So I'm at the dismantling bench, and I grab a hold of any of the legendary weapons, and I put them in the dismantle bench. Sure enough, they start dismantling. Really doesn't matter what I grab, except Mordun here. It's specifically from the Warmaker's dungeon. It's a pike. But if I go to put it in, it absolutely will not dismantle. Now, I found that odd. So I thought, well, would anything else have this problem? Nope. Nope. Everything seems to be dismantling. If I go up here and I grab the legendary weapon, no problem. But I grab Muldoon, and nothing. And I thought this odd. So I'm going to play test around with this, because I wonder how many of these things are having this problem. Now, mind you, the bitter end, it's an Emberlight. It comes from the Emberlight mod, so I fully expect the modders to actually have this taken care of. So I reach in and I grab a few others, right? I'll grab like the Giant's Fingerbone. I'll go ahead and grab the Witchblade. I'll go ahead and grab a hold of this shield right here. Move that up, just so I can make it easy. I've got Last Rite, which is also an Emberlight. I've got that one. I know the Star Metal Mace and the Star Metal Shields will work without a problem. But I go in here, and again, grab the White Blade, no problem. All right? Grab a hold of the Fingerbone, no problem. No issue whatsoever. Grab a hold of Last Rite. Oh, now that's an Emberlight, and it's not working. All right. So what about Muldoon? Now, Emberlight's damaged, so I know why it won't dismantle. You can't dismantle a damaged weapon, and it makes sense. So let's grab his mace and take a look at Ithral's mace. Now, there's the Axe of the Guardian. All right, let's test this out. Go down here. I don't have any more. All right, I just wanted to make sure. So grab the Axe of the Guardian. No. Why? It's damaged. Grab Muldoon. Not damaged. What is going on here? Go and grab the mace. Again, damaged. It's not going to do it. This is another one of those Mitra's Justice that does not dismantle. And again, those two don't come from Emberlight. So something's amiss. And I want you to be aware of it, just in case. Everything else works. Now, what I don't want is for you to be angry at me, so don't yell and scream at me. I didn't come up with this. This isn't my fault. It's not the server's fault. Nothing happened in that regard. I'm just merely telling you, and yes, I will continue the Conan Exile series, but I am going to start doing some Baldur's Gate stuff here soon. Now, with that comes the next question. What do you want to see? Do you want to see the new building pieces update with my house? That's one option. Or, once this gets fixed, would you like to see more adventure? Or just more comedy? Or how about just all the screw-ups that you don't get to see behind the scenes? With that being said, talk to me. Leave me a comment. Let me know. You want to see a building upgrade? Do you want to see more tips and tricks? Mining tips? Do you want to see more tricks when it comes